At last this woman came face to face with the daughter she had left behind 5 years ago. When she saw the little actress working with her, call her ex-boyfriend dad, Rose could not believe what she was seeing. It turned out the child she had left behind was right by her side, and she had no idea. So the woman immediately got out of the car and chased after them, because she had to confirm it in person, whether that child was really her daughter. When Chaeyu saw his ex-girlfriend suddenly appear, he completely panicked. He was very worried that his daughter sitting nearby would notice Rose, so he left the child with his sister, and rushed out. After all, Rose had walked away from both him and his daughter, so there was no reason for her to show up again. Last time they had clearly agreed to cut ties with the child, and even erase her daughter from her memory. But why was she suddenly going back on her word now? Seeing how emotional Chaeyu was, Rose had already confirmed that little girl was her daughter. But the man said the child's mother was already gone, because that was how he had explained it to Linglong. Since she was someone who was already gone, she should not appear in front of their daughter. After saying that her ex-boyfriend stormed off, leaving Rose standing there, shaking with anger. So on the way back, the woman was in terrible shape mentally. She even passed out right in the middle of the street. Luckily the driver in front of her saw what happened, and quickly ran over to check on her. Seeing the woman lying on the ground with no response, the man had no choice but to take her to the hospital first. Just then he noticed a billboard by the roadside. Only at that moment did he realize that the woman in his arms was actually an actress. When her parents heard their daughter had suddenly been hospitalized, they rushed over anxiously. Thankfully Rose was fine after some rest. Man Jong was shocked by the VIP hospital room in front of him. After all, a room like this was not something money alone could get you. Only people with both power and influence could receive this kind of treatment. When Man Jong learned someone had paid his daughter's hospital bill, he curiously asked the nurse who had paid for them. Seeing that Rose had crossed paths with a wealthy and powerful tycoon, her father and grandmother were thrilled. Chairman Lee just happened to still be single and unmarried, and his fortune had already reached into the billions. Too bad Rose had passed out at the time and never saw his face. Otherwise, with her daughter's looks, something special surely would have sparked with Chairman Lee. At that moment Grandma suggested that they buy something as a thank you. At the very least it could help them build a connection. Man Jong felt his mother made a lot of sense, so he followed her advice. So the next day, the mother and son brought gifts, and went to Lee Jae's company. They were not expensive gifts, but they were still a sincere gesture. After all, he lacked nothing, so bringing food seemed most appropriate. Unfortunately Chairman Lee was in a meeting, so they had no chance to meet him. That left the mother and son pretty disappointed, but at least he accepted their gift, which was still something to be happy about, because Rose already knew that the little actress working with her was her own daughter. So before filming started, she was clearly extremely uneasy. She did not know how to face the child she had left behind while acting. Sure enough, as soon as filming began, Rose's emotions were affected. Linglong simply handed her a cracker, and Rose burst into tears. Even though the director res-hot it several times, the result was always the same. As long as Rose looked at her child, she could not stop herself from crying. Facing the director's criticism, all she could do was keep apologizing, and in the end that scene had to be put on hold. When the child saw how upset the lady was, she took the initiative to wipe away her tears, but her daughter's sweet gesture only made Rose even more heartbroken. She even ran out without continuing to shoot, because she could not bear it that she had walked away from such a lovable child. Mi Shu reminded her daughter not to act strangely at the station. If reporters caught it, there would definitely be all kinds of rumors, so she quickly held the child and tried to calm her down, since she had already cut off the mother-daughter relationship with Linglong. Then from now on she should treat the child like a stranger. After all, they had only worked together on one drama. Chaeyu worried that his ex-girlfriend might secretly go see the child behind his back, so he specifically told his daughter not to leave with strange ladies, other than family. She was not allowed to eat anything from anyone else. At bedtime, the man was about to take off his daughter's hair clip, but Linglong refused, because it was a gift from a pretty older sister.